Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate the support. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling. We at 78,000 and some change, man. We almost at 80K. We've been stalled for a minute. The subs is going down, so I don't know what's happening. I'm still keep on pumping this content though, man. You know, y'all just rock with me, man. Hold me down. TBP salute. Appreciate you, all the faithful, all the ones that be here every night. Big love, man. It means a lot to me, man. It makes me know, you know, I'm doing this for a reason, not a season. So shout out to everybody who truly support this this program. Man, today I don't know what made this dude pop in my head, man, but I don't know. I could probably do a whole series on this cat right here, man, because you know, he just yeah, Danny Danny tried it all to survive in prison, man. He tried it all, man. Danny was a white guy that I met probably in I think in either 98 or 99, I met Danny, right? Danny was a young dude then, you know, he was young. I think Danny probably was like 20, you know, maybe 20 years old, white dude in prison. He was one of them white guys that had like a, you know, what you would call a likable personality. He'd try to get along with everybody just so he could fit in. He was one of those type dudes. But like I say, he did have a likable personality. You know, he was cool dude, you know what I'm saying? But he had that larceny with him though. He had that flim flam, that skullduggery, that tomfoolery. He had that. He definitely had that in him. But I think that was a part of his survival, you know, tactics to try to get along with everybody, you know. But he didn't know where he fit in. He couldn't figure out where to fit in. Danny just couldn't figure that out. So he tried everything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what to do. And I can remember when I first met him, like I say, he was so young and he liked to run his mouth and, you know, laugh and play and stuff. So he also liked to gamble. He liked to gamble, which was, you know, that's mixing right there because number one, he a white dude. Number two, you in prison is you know, predominantly you know, ran by, you know, the minorities, you know, so that put him in an arena where as to if you get into that, you know, drama gonna come. You already gonna catch drama anyway because you're a young white dude in prison. So like I say, he put himself in all these different scenarios because he trying to fit in. So I can remember, man, you know, he used to try to gamble a lot, and he liked to play the parlays and try to, you know, come up on some money, play the tickets, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all what the parlays is. Those is like odds that people put out, tickets that they put out on bets on games, car races, basketball, football, you know, all of that type of stuff. And they'll put parlays out and you know, you pick and you can win extra money, all this and all that. I ain't never really get into that because it's always seemed like to me, like I told you, most institutions, the parlay man is going to be the richest dude on the camp because he collected more money than he's sending out. Danny was into that though. It's just like the parlay is more or less like the lottery in prison. You know what I'm saying? You put in a little bit and hope to win a lot. That's what it is. So is that a lure that grabs a lot of dudes' attention, and a lot of dudes try to play the parlay to come up. You know, very few are successful, but it don't stop them from trying, just like the lottery out here. So anyway, he was into all of that, but he, you know, you had these dudes on there I'm trying to think of dude's name, man, but he was a thorough white cat, man. He was a thorough white cat. I can't think of his name, man. His name is at the top of my head, but I can't call it. But he was a cool white dude that everybody got along with, because he won't no sucker, he won't scare, he will fight. He has fought, you know, he win some, lose some, but he'll fight, and he can play basketball real good. So that will, you know, put you in, you know, a category where a lot of dudes ain't gonna even look at you like, you know, you weak or you a white boy or something like that, or they gonna try to extort you and do all that because of, you know, his relatability. So Danny couldn't do nothing. He wasn't no athlete, he wasn't nothing, he was a goofy little white dude. So I can remember on Powhatan, we got these, you know, like I said, we got a big showers where you ain't got no individual shower. So you talking about 5, 6 people shower together on each tip, you know. So I can remember, man, the big old white dude, man. It was a big white dude, man. He used to be what, I don't know, they say he was a biker and, you know, a hitman, but he was huge in prison, man. He was 400 plus, you know, but his name was Animal. But he had a lot of respect, you know, for whatever he did in his past or whatever he did before he got all big. Like, he still had some respect. A lot of dudes respected him, you know, black, white, whatever. They respected him, you know. So they used to always, Danny used to try to get up under Animal and old boy, I can't remember his name, but Danny used to try to get up under them because they hung together. So he used to try to get up under them. To me, from the outside looking in, it was more like he wanted that protection, right? But they used to, you know, they used to be joking and dragging him, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, treating him like you know, like they was gonna turn him into a boy, you know what I'm saying? And he used to play it off like, man, y'all stop and all that, but they used to be like patting him on the butt and stuff like that, which gave everybody else the impression that, you know, he was a boy, you know what I'm saying, or they was treating him like that, but he used to always play it off like a joke. But I believe, me personally, that they was serious. They was trying to, you know, turn him out, you know what I'm saying? But he, at the time, whether he could see it or not, I don't know. Because, man, they used to get him all in the shower, be playing with him, be grabbing him, trying to, you know, pin him down and wrestle him and stuff. And he used to be laughing and struggling and fighting, trying to get up out of it. So, like I say, this is going to open other people's eyes to looking at you in a certain way. Now, mind you, I told you he was on Powhatan, so, you know, old boy on Powhatan, suicide. You know what I'm saying? So suicide, he looks at all of this as, you know, opportunity to him. So eventually I remember being on there, man, and suicide started pressing him. You know what I'm saying? Started pressing him and pressing him, like, you know, pulling up on him, you know, getting up in the shower with him, waiting for him to go to the shower, then he go to the shower, get up in there with him, and, you know, doing old, you know, all that old strange stuff up in the shower with him, you know, standing beside him while he showering, watching him, you know, touching himself, looking right at Danny. Danny too scared to really confront him or do something about it, you know what I'm saying? So if the word get out, you know, because he go to Animal and them and tell them what's going on or whatever, and they tell him, you know, you got to handle your own, you know, you got to handle your own. So he don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? He ain't man enough to really approach suicide. So suicide just keep on pressing him, and ain't nobody, them dudes ain't gonna pull up on suicide for him, you know what I'm saying? So Danny, man, he eventually, you know, he had a sleep disorder too, you know, whereas he go to sleep, man, and he sleeps like a brick. I think I spoke about Danny in one of these videos, maybe the Powhatan video, you know, because he is sleep like a brick, man. I mean, the police, even when they come around for count or something, they got to bang on his door. They literally open his door sometime, and count had to go in there to wake him up because he sleep that hard. Suicide knew he was sleeping that hard, man, and suicide started, you know, when the morning times come and stuff like that, the door's gonna pop open. You know, you got to literally get up and close your door and lock it back if you ain't coming out. Danny sleeps, so he don't get up when the door opens. So dudes go down there, man, suicide start going down there, man, going up in the man's cell while he was asleep, you know, and you know, doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Not actually assaulting him, but I don't know if you could call it physically assault or not, because it all came out later when Danny, you know, just exposed it and saying what he was doing. But suicide would go up in there, man, and put the curtain up in the man's cell while he's in there. Put the curtain up. The curtain is covering the door from view from the rest of the population. Put the curtain up while he in this cell sleep and just sit there and watch him and, you know, pleasure himself. So while he in the process of doing this, people started telling Danny that, you know, the man be going in your cell, woo, woo, woo. So Danny like, what? Yeah, he be going in and out your cell, man, in the morning, man. You better wake up, woo, woo, woo. So Danny go up in there one morning. I guess he up and suicide in there and doing what he do. So Danny wake up and see him doing it. And like, man, what you doing, man? Get out my cell, man, get up. And suicide tell him, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So he's scared. You heard a lot of arguing and stuff in there, but he don't do nothing, man. He eventually come out his own cell, you know, and running his mouth like, man, come on my cell, come on my cell. Suicide come on out and something, man, you better watch your mouth, you better lower your voice, woo, 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 and walk on to his cell like that. So now Danny started telling people, man, he in there doing this, man, he in there masturbating while I'm sleeping, stuff, wah. So now dudes is getting on like, man, you talking all loud and saying all this out in the public like you really dry snitching, you gonna tell. Either you gonna do something about it or you ain't, but you know, telling the police is out the question. I ain't gonna tell the police, man, but man, y'all need to tell him. Ain't nobody need to tell him. You need to tell him. He doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff he was going through. So, like I say, man, he had a crazy, difficult, you know, time, man. You know, but this is typical for some dudes in prison. It is typical because if you either gonna stand up or you're going to be pressed in all different types of ways, not just that way, extortion way, everything. So you going to have to make a stand. He won't make no stand. You know what I'm saying? So suicide, you know, more or less bagged up off him a little bit because I think suicide felt like he was going to go to the police, but he was still getting pressure in other ways from different things. He was gambling, losing money, owing people money, you know, dudes, you know, smacking them, you know, carrying them because he getting himself in debt. He getting himself in these positions. Now, he done started losing money and dudes have started propositioning him, telling him he got to do this or do that to pay off his debt. He's saying, nah, he ain't gonna do that, he ain't gonna do it. Then he borrowing money from dudes, borrowing money from store boss, putting him in later in more debt, owing more people. So he just like a powder keg, man, that just don't know what to do with his life. You know what I'm saying? He just stuck. He in prison, he stuck. To compound that, he like to get high. He started getting high. So now he just in all types of foolishness, man. Now I can't confirm or deny, but the rumors was that he had started, you know, doing a little something to pay off these debts. You know, and these dudes was, you know, passing them around, you know, look, I loan you this, but you got to do this and woo, woo, woo. And he kept saying that it won't true, he won't doing it. You know, it got out, so dudes started, you know, Animal and old boys, you know, pushed away from him there like, man, you people, man, you let the people turn you out. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't never did none of that. You doing it, man, stay away from us. So he was, you know, kicked out of their little group, so he ain't even had them now, more or less, for people to look at him like, well, he with them. So, nah, even the people that was thinking that now don't even look at him like that. They look at him like he a renegade, he out on his own. He started trying to run a parlay himself to try to generate money. Now, a parlay, like I say, you got to have money to back a parlay. He ain't got no money. He broke, and everybody know he broke because you stay borrowing, you stay doing this and that. So, he running a little parlay, trying to run a parlay. He ain't really getting no play. So he started running little tickets, right? And little tickets is like, for a game or something, he might run a quarter board. You know, a quarter board is like, you know, you just take a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper and you put up all these different squares that people can pick during a game and just place a little money on that. It's less money than a parlay, but it's a small grind, but it can be a grind, you know. So he started running little, you know, quarter boards and stuff like that. And dudes was playing that, and it'd be a little money, and it was making him a little money, but not enough money to supply all the different things that he had got himself into. But he was making a little money. So he collect all this money, and he have to pay people out when they win the next day. Man, by him being asleep in the cell all the time, man, dudes started going in his cell early in the morning and take all the money. And he sleep. He don't even wake up. They take all the money. So they kept taking all his money, which put him further in debt. You know what I'm saying? Because now he got to pay the people that done won these little quarter boards. He ain't even got that. He owe other people. He making this hustle so he could pay the other people. So, man, he just was in a world of chaos, confusion, and foolishness. this is what can happen to you in prison, man. Coming into prison and just trying to fit in, trying to be in the flow of things, you gonna get yourself in some stuff, man, that you gonna be so deep, man, there ain't no other way out besides doing some crazy stuff. And this is why it was rumored that he was doing crazy stuff, because he had to cover all of these different debts and all these different people that owe him. And then you got all these predators in there, and all these dudes is looking at you like you a little young white boy. And this was before we could cut our hair or had to cut our hair. He got long hair, you know, he a little white boy, scrawny, 20 years old. You got these dudes in here that's what they look for. And he out here just on everybody. So he just was prime candidate to be extorted, to be exploited and all this. But he putting himself in this position. He doing it himself. You know what I'm saying? So dudes ain't feel sorry for him, because they like, you know, you got that flam with you. You keep trying to hustle. You keep trying to, and you not built like that, you know. So it came to a stage one time, man, he wanted to try to, you know, exert himself to say that he gonna do this and do that. So one of the dudes supposed to took some stuff out of the cell. He gonna try to pick a white dude that did it. No, it ain't no white dude went in your cell and took nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to argue with the white dude. Some man, somebody said you went in my cell, da, da, da. So he acting like he gonna fight the white dude. Man, the white dude beat the brakes off of him. The white dude beat the brakes off of him, man. Then he walking around with a black eye, busted lip and everything, but he's saying he fought. Well, I fought him, you know, and you know, this is him, you know, and man, man, I used to look at him, man, for real. I truly felt sorry for him, man, because I knew he was lost in this sauce and ain't know how to get out. You know what I'm saying? But this crazy though, but this is how he let you know how crazy prison is, man. Now, this is how I met Danny. All of this was going on, you know, in the late 90s, you know what I'm saying? You know, late 90s, I guess, coming into 2000. So this is how I met him, young like this. You know, eventually, like I said, I got expelled off the compound, so they moved me. You know what I'm saying? So that was the last I knew of when he was into all of that foolishness and all of that chaos and everything. So fast forward, I run into Danny again. Yeah, this time I run into Danny. It is like 2007. Maybe like 2007, 6, 5, somewhere up in there. You know, the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Beyond 2000, it had to be beyond 2005. So I'm thinking 6, 7, or 8, somewhere around up in there, right? So he get moved in the block. Now, I see him when he come in the block. I don't see him like know that it's Danny. He looks different, you know. He ain't got the long hair, a little older, put on a little bit more weight. He got tattoos now everywhere. So he come in the block. He up at the booth arguing, busting off at the police, telling him he want his property, this, that, and the third, and woo, woo, woo. And he, where my cell? And he go to his cell and, yeah, y'all better get my property, da, 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 da. So he walking and pimping all to his cell. Now I'm up on the top tier over in the corner. I'm looking at him, but it's from a distance. So I just see, you know, the new white dude coming in here acting like he tough and popping off. So I see him go to the cell. He go in the cell for a little while. His cellie, you know, little nerdy dude. He was a black dude, but he was a little nerdy dude, a little older. I don't know what he was locked up for, but he was a nerd. He wasn't no threat to nobody. So he goes in the cell. He stay in the cell for a little while. He come back out. He still run his mouth, go down there and scream on the booth again, go back. So later on, probably about an hour later, I go downstairs to, you know, go to the microwave. When I'm going to the microwave, now I can see him. He come out to say he going to the microwave to get some coffee. I can see him up close now, and now I know it's him. So as soon as he see me, he like, oh, man, what's up, man? So I said, man, Danny. He said, yeah. I said, man, he done changed everything. he done went home. He done went home, been home for a couple of years, got in some trouble, some type of drug joint or something, there he back. Now, he's coming back into prison with whatever experiences he had the first time, going through all the stuff he going through and the way dudes was carrying him and, you know, his past or whatever. Now, he bringing that back into prison like he a vet now, and all these little young dudes that's in prison, black or white, they looking at him like he's an older dude that been in prison, white dude, he know what's going on because he know the lingo, he know how to talk, he know how to act. he impersonating, he perpetrating a fraud. You know what I'm saying? And he know I know because I know him. But yeah, he get to talking to me, chopping it up. Yeah, man. I said, yeah. I said, man, you been home? I said, man, I ain't been nowhere. I've been here. I ain't been nowhere. He was like, yeah, I went home and this happened and that happened, man. And yeah, man, I got a wife, got a kid, and I was doing good, man. But then, you know, I was messing with the drugs, and then I got caught. Somebody told on me, give me a whole rundown, right? But it's like a whole different Danny. He acting tough, and he, you know, walking around, and he putting on this facade. But I know him, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna expose him. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Days go on, Danny done came out there. He got the same old flammery though. He done came out there. He done jumped in a poker game. He playing poker. He talking trash at the table with these young black dudes and everything that don't really know too much about poker or prison neither. They just in prison too trying to get a hustle. But, you know, some of these dudes is gang bangers and, you know, gang members and all this. So now he started running poker games. He want to run poker games. He running it. I heard him down there getting greedy. No, y'all gonna do this. No. And they looking at him like, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know because he talked the talk. He got the look now. You know, he looked like he been around. So they thinking that he's a tough guy. He's an old tough white guy. Then they might seen him talking to me. Might have seen him talking to another old time or something. So they looking at the optics like, okay, this dude's somebody. He ain't nobody. He ain't nobody, man. But this is the facade you could put on in prison. This is what you can do. You can trick people. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes is looking at reputations. They looking at, you know, what you look like, what you talk like, if you've been around, who you associate with, who you know. And dudes ain't really like, you know, trying to really expose that. And there was a couple of old timers in there, dudes that have been there in a while and probably was on Power 10 and know about it. It's a couple of dudes that's been there in a while that won't on Power 10, probably don't know about it, but he a name drop. Oh yeah, I used to be on Power 10 when I was young. Yeah, I used to hang out with Animal, and then dudes would take that respect from Animal name or somebody else's name and associate it with him. So it's easy to perpetrate a fraud. You can trick somebody until something happen when you gonna have to show and prove. Put that Bethlehem work in, pump them miss or something, then the gig gonna be up. But as long as you can perpetrate long enough, you will get away because dudes gonna be a little, you know, apprehensive because don't nobody want to get hurt. Don't nobody want that Bethlehem in him. So he talking that talk. He walking around fumbling in his pants when he go to the poker game and acting like he got the knife on him. He know the lingo. He know the talk. He been around killers. He been all this when he was young. But they don't know what he was doing then. They know what he acting like. So I just used to sit back, man, and watch him, man. I used to be like, man, this is crazy as I don't know what. And I literally used to be saying to myself, if they only knew. And Danny was talking tough, man. I mean, he talking crazy to the police, like, y'all know me, y'all know I don't play. He do all of that stuff. All of that is just facade. You know, that's for the ears that's listening. These young dudes, they listening to that. They seeing how he talking to the police. And seeing the words coming. They thinking he really somebody. Like he really a killer. You know, he a white boy killer. But he ain't. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know this he going to do a whole lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Besides talk. So, man, I used to be just laughing at him. I mean, he literally came up there, was talking to me one day because he loved coffee, too. He got a coffee habit. A lot of dudes, like I told you, Coffee Keith ain't the only one. Dudes has been locked up a long time. A lot of dudes, they really on that coffee. That's just like a release to him. He was one of them. He had rotten teeth, his teeth all brown from drinking coffee. I mean, he'd drink it all day. You know, so he come up there wanted to get some coffee from me one day. I was getting him coffee. And I was like, Daddy, man, you be down there snatching a lot, boy. I said, man, one of them young dudes, they gonna pull your card, man. He was like, man, they ain't gonna do nothing to me. And then he literally tried to convince me now that he a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He literally tried to he was like, no, Bank, man, I ain't the same dude, man. I know you probably think this when I was young and in Power 10 and everything, but no, man, I ain't the same dude, man. I ain't going for nothing. I stabbed the dude when you left. Yeah, I said, who you stabbed? Who you stabbed, Daddy? Who do you say? No, you probably don't remember me. He came after you was gone. All I'm like, okay. You know, okay. I know he lying, you know what I'm saying? But I don't care, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just indulging him and listening to him or whatever. So he go on about his way. I think more or less he was trying to put the impression on me like, man, don't expose me, Bank, man. We ain't never had no problems, man. You know, and he trying to convince me now you a killer. So I don't say nothing. I let him do his thing, right? So that was just crazy to me just to see. And even, 2007, 8, whatever it is, I done been locked up for a minute now, and I'm still like I say, this stuff still it just marvels me. The things that you see, the people that you meet, the transformations that they make. You know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I know you. You can't get away from that. I don't know who you know what I'm saying, but they believe that. They believe that they can, metamorphosize and change and to change up their whole image and act like this stuff ain't happened. It did happen. You know what I'm saying? It did happen. It's a part of you. It's a part of your history. You know what I'm saying? You just around a bunch of dudes now that don't know. So you can act like this, but then you don't know when somebody gonna walk through that door. Might have been one of them dudes that had you on power tan that was doing this, that, and the third to you. And then what you gonna do then? How you gonna act then? These are questions I used to ask myself, and I used to just sit around and wait. But he was getting away with it, man. He was doing what he do, man. And I don't know, man. I think he got into a debt one time that he lost in that poker game, and dues, he had to pay a lot of dues. And I think he was on he felt like he was getting ready to have to produce, or he was gonna be in a lot of trouble, because all this stuff you've been talking, and these dudes was down on like where that money at. You know what I'm saying? So I think he felt that heat. And what he did was the police, he picked the argument, classic old check-in move. He picked the argument with the police one day, and it was a female lieutenant, and he talked to her about something that they did or weren't supposed to do, or CO said something to him, and he was telling her she better straighten him, and she was like, you don't tell me to straighten my officers. I would talk to him. You making this complaint, he did this, that, but I would handle him. And he goes off. You don't tell me. I'm telling you what you. If you don't get him right, I'm telling you, when he come back in here, I got something for him. All that right there gonna send you straight to jail. That's a straight to jail. Words do not pass go. He knows this just as clear as day, just as sure as this is groceries. He knows this, so he know what he doing. So I'm sitting back and I'm looking at him make this play, and I'm saying, yeah, Danny trying to escape. The stove got too hot. He trying to get up out of here, and the lieutenant said, "What did you say?" He said, "You heard what I said." B called her B. She said, "Oh, okay, don't worry about it." Pull her radio out. He said, "Pull it out. I don't care who you call. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'm ready. Then he acting like he got something. Man, that lady bagged up and said, lock down. Everybody lock down. He said, yeah, come on with it. All of this, he just want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Then he go over there and sit down at one of the tables in the park, and he's sitting there like he tying his shoes, like he getting ready for war, like when these people come in here, he gonna set it off and all this and all that. Man, when them females or even a male, when they make them type of calls, man, them people coming deep, man. I'm talking about they coming through that door, man. You gonna see 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. They gonna bump. They coming in there like that. And that's what happened. And they start coming in there. As soon as they come in there, the first 5 or 10 of them running up in there, and they looking around to see what she had. They see her, and she like him right there, and they come running over there. Man, then they ain't even get up out the chair. He ain't stand up. He done tied his shoes up. He ain't do none of that. They run up over there and surround him and say, get up, turn around. Man, he got up just as smooth and everything, and turn around and put the cuffs on. Tell him, no, y'all ain't gonna be handling me. I'm trying to tell her. They like, man, come on, about it. Rough them, take them right on about the park. By the time the rest of them coming in, they dragging him out. He ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it was a front. It was an escape plan. You see what I'm saying? It was an escape plan, and it worked for him, because now he left up out here, and he's still acting like he a killer, he a gangster, and he ain't paid not now dime of the money that he owed. Flim flam, skullduggery, larceny, tomfoolery. These young cats don't know. He running game that had been ran on him years ago. You know what I'm saying? And he just recycling the game that had been ran on him and transferring it and putting it on these youngins. You know what I'm saying? So they get him on up out there. I don't see him no more. I don't know what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is like, 2008. By the end of 2008 anyway. That's why I won't get into nothing fools. You know, I was playing with the phone. I had the phone 2008. I get tore off. With the phone 2008. Yeah. 2008, I get tore off. So I get gone. You know what I'm saying? Go to jail. Go through my little process. End up on census. You know. Fast forward. I end up when I made parole. 2020, you know, thank God, I go back to Greensville for re-entry. So I got to go through the receiving part before I get put in the re-entry program. So I'm in the receiving part waiting to get put in the re-entry program, and dudes this coming in through the receiving and stuff like that, they in the block as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there just for 30 days, 30 days, and then they're going to send me to the reentry part. So, but the dudes is coming back in the system or coming in the system, they come through there as well. So they in the block with me, you know, which is crazy. Who do I see after I'm there for about a week or two? Here come old Danny. Old Danny come through there now, and he got a whole different look. Now his whole head is shaved. Now he got tattoos all over his head. He's talking about he done went home again, and he back now on a violation. And he telling me now he is well, Bank man, I hope you don't take this offensive or nothing like that, man. But you know, we got history. We go way back, this, that, and the third. But yeah, but since you left me last time, man, you know, now I just want to tell you, man, I'm an AB. I said, what? He said, yeah, I'm an AB. That's earned brotherhood. Now he is, you know, in a white racist group. Now he one of them. I'm like, man, Danny, man, if you don't sit down somewhere, man. Yeah, tell me you a AB. Yeah, man, get out of here. He told me, no, for real, I am, man. I'm just telling you because I know, you know me for a long time and everything, and you know, I ain't really racist, but I was up in the mountains. Tell me he was up like King Mountain somewhere, and it was a lot of them up there, man, and I had some problems and they had my back, and I joined. I'm official member of AB. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, okay. So what you telling me? Oh no, I'm just saying because I know it's some brothers on here, and I just know how the ABs are, man. We don't really associate with different races and stuff, so I'm just letting you know because me and you cool, and I know some of them probably might be in here or something. They might see me talking to you or whatever. I just wanted to let you know in case I don't really be saying nothing to you. It's nothing against you. It's just I said, Danny, I ain't tripping, man. Do you? I'm getting ready to go home. Oh yeah, you made parole? Yeah, I'm getting ready to go home. I don't care what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Do you? He said, yeah, man. Hey, man. I'm glad, man. How long you been there? I said, man, since you first met me, I haven't been there. So he was like, that's crazy, man. He was like, yeah, man, but yeah, you got some coffee, man? I said, man, you just you just saying you don't supposed to be, yeah, man, you definitely don't supposed to take nothing from no black dude, man. You an AB. He said, man, I know, man, but we know each other. I just, I ain't got my stuff yet. I just came in and stuff. I said, yeah, Dan, I got some coffee. So I give him some coffee and everything, man. But I'm sitting there saying to myself, man, this dude done been extorted, beat up, taken advantage of, everything you could possibly think of, and then you done metamorphosize yourself when you pretended like you a gangster, then you had to check in and run before you get hurt and all this. Now you back again, now you talking about you are AB. You are earned brotherhood. And those dudes got to be initiated. They got to get in. They supposed to do something to another race to either try to kill them or kill them to try to be initiated. So he was telling me too with that, he was like, yeah, I had to stab a dude on King Mountain, man. I almost killed him. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah. I said, well, what happened? Man, they gave me some time and stuff. Yeah. So, I'm official AB. Crazy. And, I know he I don't know if he done tricked the AB dudes or anything, and I don't know if they possibly know his history and all of this and all of that, but, Man, this is prison, man. This is a crazy, crazy prison life, man, that Danny was living, man. And I don't know what's going on with him now. You know, I left prison, and thank God. But he was coming back in when I was, you know, leaving out. So I don't know, he probably still in there or whatever, because, you know, I ain't been gone long. So I don't know where he at and what he doing and who he fooling. But I guarantee you he is in a world of confusion and lost, man. He just lost. He just lost in the system. You know what I'm saying? Trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? This is what some guys gonna go through to survive. They gonna try to find something to hold on to give them some type of comfort or some type of security, because he can't survive on his own. He got to be connected to something. He got to be, you know, perpetrating. He got to be doing just to keep that pressure up off of him. But it's not gonna last. It's only temporary. It's only temporary, because dudes gonna see through the facade, and whatever's gonna come to you, gonna come to you. The only way to handle any situation in prison is to handle it head on yourself, without all the trickery, the tomfoolery, the larceny, and all the faking and perpetrating the fraud. It is not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he ain't even learned that lesson yet. You know what I'm saying? All the way from being back in the penitentiary, 19, 20 years old, till all of these years later, you still coming back in the penitentiary, which amazes me anyway, because you know what you went through the first time you was in there. So why would you go out on the street and get into something to bring you back into this life that you barely got through the first time? You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, man. This is how some people mind work. This is how their thinking process is. You have to evolve, man. You have to, you know, you have to be a forward thinker, man. And he is definitely not that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I don't know what happened to him. You know, I wouldn't even know who to ask to check on him, to see what's going on with him in prison, unless somebody that I knew that was actually around him that really knew him, because he could have changed his name by now and everything. All of that happens. You know what I'm saying? Dudes change their name, their identity, they everything. You know, and yeah, that's just crazy. He ain't want around nobody but majority black people the whole time he was in prison the first time. And now you're AB. And you know what I'm saying? You could run into a dude that's not of the thinking that I am, that used to be around you even back in that day, that just was cool with you, and they'll be offended just by you telling them that. You know what I'm saying? Because just of what they supposedly stand for. And I don't know how the ABs is, just heard about how they are in bigger states and stuff. They big, they notorious, they're forced to be reckoned with. But not in Virginia. Not in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So you just claiming that gonna get, you know, you gonna get some business. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get some business from them little youngins up in there. You gonna get some business. So yeah, man, but this is just the crazy life of Danny, man. Crazy. And I'm sure I can think of a whole lot of other things about Danny, because like I say, I'm just, you know, summarizing this stuff and putting in bits and pieces that I know that stands out in my head or what I remember about him, man. But this is just crazy, crazy life of prison, period. This is what prison is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Old Danny, man. Old Danny, he would try anything to survive in prison. Anything. You know, and, you know, thus far, I guess you could say it worked for him, because he's still alive. You know, he's still alive, man. So, anyway. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, about old Danny, man. Talk to me. Y'all know I talk back. Man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, man, and share these videos, man, for these youngins who need to see this stuff, because they don't want to get caught up in prison, man, and have to go through not one single thing that Danny had to go through. You understand? Because survival is not guaranteed. That's a fact. You know, and like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And the blessing is, no matter what he's doing, man, he's still alive, man. And life is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to prison, man, life is not guaranteed. Remember that, man, and stay up out of there. Stay up out of there. In the meantime, man, I see y'all in 24 hours, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. And show me some love, man. Show me some love, TBP. Let's go, 100K. Boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks, baby. Don't become a Danny, man.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.